So we're at Connect 2024. I'm with Dom from Quota.
How you doing?
Got your business card here.
Thank you.
I love it because on the back it tells me all the carbon information that I need.
Very clever, right?
And that's what you specialise in.
It is exactly that, yep.
So your first time at Connect?
Yep.
And you've been in the US now for?
Almost 3 days, I guess.
Right. So
as a business.
As a business, that's what I mean.
So about a year ago, we started looking at the US market.
Yeah.
It's a market which clearly is very big. So we started about a year ago, but we're really pushing very hard on the marketplace because there's a big desire here to do something better with print, Mark, ultimately. They want carbon footprinting, which is good news.
So you offer a service where you can carbon footprint a company or a product and give somebody that kudos to say, I've done this properly.
Yeah. And I guess a little bit more than that is science to prove exactly what is the scientific measure.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing, especially in our sector, and especially if you go a bit wider than traditional print into packaging, to have a true scientific measure that ratifies we are green is really, really critical in this marketplace.
Yeah. Okay. So we first met on the Crown Pub.
We did.
In the dark days of lockdown.
Of COVID, yeah.
And it was you and one other guy, a horse and pony show. I'm sorry, I'm being rude, but it's grown tremendously.
Yes.
I mean, what do you put that down to?
I think it's market conditions. I think timing was everything. I know that, and I probably told you this before, Mark, when we set the business up, it was during COVID, by the way, so it was a very brave thing to do.
Great timing.
Great timing. But ultimately what we saw is there was a big gap in the market. So we're now more than 20 employees. We now got a big office in London, which is more vanity than anything else, but it's quite important from an employment point of view. And we're dealing with, we've got over 200 customers now, but they're customers that range from large corporates down to the smallest printer.
Yeah.
And we still maintain that we focus on print and packaging still. So we're completely focused in that sector, and that's really important because we understand the sector. We understand the idiosyncrasies of our sector.
Okay. Meanwhile, over here in the States, I mean, my first time in Vegas, so it was a little bit daunting, but I was shocked. They're smoking in the casino.
Yep.
Big fat cigars. I stirred my coffee with a plastic stirrer.
Yep.
I ate my greasy breakfast on the first day with a plastic knife and fork.
Yep.
And here comes the music,
Here we are.
right on cue. So are things very different here as far as environmental concerns go?
Yes. I think that the US is certainly, historically, it's probably been, definitely behind the EU.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. But what we've seen more recently is they're beginning to catch up, and I think they'll overtake the EU at some point.
Really?
And I think it's about legislation. There is legislation rattling around the US now, which is good news. But the biggest thing that's happening in the US is the mega brands, the big companies like the Walmarts, for example, they're pushing very hard on their supply chain.
Yeah.
So the Walmart, they made a public commitment to say we will remove 1 gigaton of carbon from their supply chain by 2030.
Wow.
That's a very big, bold move. That's out there on the, as a big corporate objective they've got. They're pushing that down on the supply chain quite heavily. So we see that when we talk to packaging businesses.
Yeah.
Interesting times. Really
It is, isn't it? So as far as this conference goes, is it working for you?
It's good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So we integrate into all of EPS's software platforms. So that's why we're here, ultimately. And we provide a automatic calculator within whatever platform you use under the EPS portfolio, and it provides instant carbon footprinting. So it's a bit of a game changer for the industry.
Yeah.
And for us, it's about having the reach and giving the end printer the ability to get very, very accurate carbon footprints with actually not doing a lot. It's fully automated. So that's the whole principle around it. Yeah.
Right. So you're fully paid up members of the EPS scene.
We are.
You've done the work.
Yep.
You're ready to go.
Ready to rock and roll. Yeah, we've been live with Fasten specifically, which is one of the platforms within EPS's software suite. So we've been live with Fasten for about 3 years now. And we've got quite a few customers that use that integration. So the next logical step was expand into all the other applications, which is ready to go.
Yep. So all we need to do now is get you signed up for the IPIA,
Yep,
cooking on gas.
and I'll be there.
But
Brilliant.
Dom, thank you very much.
Thank you.